6:03 on a Friday morning, May the 9th. We're at 59 degrees now. Rain likely this morning. Highs today only around 65. Good morning, I'm Michelle Basch.
And I'm John Aaron. We continue to get local reaction to the first ever American Pope. WTOP's Dan Ronan was outside the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception talking to the faithful when the news broke.
Father Douglas Hunter was chaperoning a group of junior high school students from Indiana when the Basilica's massive bells began ringing loudly for almost 9 minutes. It signaled the conclave at the Vatican had selected the new Pope, Pope Leo XIV. He says this is a day that he and his students will remember the rest of their lives.
It's kind of shocking because we were going to head into Mass, and then all of a sudden they announced that we have a new Pope.
Catholic University senior Faith Dickerson said her initial reaction is very positive.
He lived in Peru for a while, so I'm very excited to see what will happen with this multicultural background.
Dickerson said she hopes that Pope Leo comes to Washington like Pope John Paul, Pope Benedict, and Pope Francis did during their respective papacies. In Northeast D.C., Dan Ronan, WTOP News.
This morning, Caps fans are likely thinking, well, that's more like it. Washington beat the Carolina Hurricanes 3-1 in Game 2 of their Eastern Conference second-round playoff series. That means the series is tied. Here's Caps star Tom Wilson. He scored the winning goal.
Lining up is Wilson. He scores! Wilson into the empty nets. 59.2 to go. 3-1 Washington.
And of course, that's John Walton with the call on the Caps Radio Network. The series again now tied 1-1 ahead of Game 3, which is tomorrow in Raleigh. More ahead in sports with our Dave Preston.
And turning from hockey to football, we're getting an idea of how D.C. residents feel about the nearly $4 billion deal to bring the Washington Commanders back to the district. Most support using about $850 million in city funds to build a new stadium at the RFK site. According to a new Washington Post poll, 55% are in favor of the project, 39% are opposed. The poll was conducted between April 22nd and May 4th. Just over 650 residents were questioned. It has a margin of error of plus or minus 4.6 percentage points. The D.C. Council does still need to approve the agreement for it to move forward.
Despite the rain, a crowd gathered outside the Embassy of El Salvador in D.C. yesterday, demanding the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia. He is the Salvadoran man who was living in Prince George's County when he was wrongly deported back to his home country. WTOP's Mike Murillo was at the protest.
Those who gathered held signs that said "Free Kilmar Abrego Garcia." Some signs included pictures of the man from Maryland, an El Salvador native who was wrongly deported despite having protected status in the United States. Ross Wells of Takoma Park helped organize this and says he hopes their message gets back to El Salvador's president.
We all know that President Trump can get him back if he wants to. And Bukele says he's not going to turn him over. But if President Trump wants it, he will have it. It'll happen.
Pete Dodge of Silver Spring says it comes down to.
And until Kilmar comes home, we're going to keep reminding people that an injustice to one is an injustice to all.
In the district, Mike Murillo, WTOP News.
Bottoms up for beer lovers as one of Maryland's longest-running festivals revs up this weekend. WTOP's Gigi Barnett has a roundup of things to do.
Beer lovers rejoice. The Maryland Craft Beer Festival is back this weekend.
We have 58 breweries coming. All of them are bringing at least 2 beers, so there are a lot of beers being poured.
Kelly Dudek heads up the Brewers Association of Maryland. After 15 years, it's the group's longest-running event, which is a festival and fundraiser in one. And this year, the fest highlights Maryland's 4 oldest beer makers.
This event is put on by the brewers for the brewers. You don't see that very often.
Looking for things to do in D.C.? Check out the Language Science Fair. And in Virginia, there's the Art in the Berg Festival. Gigi Barnett, WTOP News.
John, do your kids like Legos?
The big ones, not the little ones. They're still kind of too small for the regular Legos.
Okay.
But I look forward to stepping on them one day.
Oh, well, a whole bunch, a big bunch of Legos are coming to our region. We will explain in Money News. Traffic and weather in 30 seconds.